Hey guys, what's up? It's Merc here from Poolshed Games, and this video is just kind of it's a random video. It doesn't, well, it'll fit in with Drop Zone Commander month slightly, but it's more talking about just being a hobbyist in general, and how we're always kind of growing, how we're always sort of maturing as we go on. And what I want to talk about in this video is how we approach the hobby. I've been playing miniatures games since I was probably 12 years old. I mean, maybe 11. I started with Warhammer I started with Warhammer 40k 2nd edition. From 2nd edition Warhammer 40k, I branched into Warhammer Fantasy 6th edition when that came out. No. Yeah, 6th edition when that came out. The Empire and Orc starter set. And I've played both those games up until the 5th edition of 40k. Well, no, I played some games of 6th, and I played Warhammer Fantasy right up until the end of 7th edition. During that time, I branched out. I played some other games. I played Warzone. I played Vor. I got into War Machine and Hordes, and once I finally finished with Games Workshop, I started to play a lot of other games. Like I picked up Starship Troopers, which that went through. Played a couple of different modern games like Ambush Alleys. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it's Ambush Alley, Force on Force, their modern game. And I picked up Tomorrow's War 2, which was their future game. But the funny thing is, I always remember when I was younger, and really up until about a year or two ago now, to me, Wargaming was just that. It was Wargaming. I bought the models to put them together to play the game. I wasn't in it for the painting aspect of it. I wasn't in it for the modeling, the hobby side of things. And I tried to paint a couple of times, but I just didn't have the attention for it, and it drove me kind of nuts. I didn't really like it. I don't know. My skills weren't good, and that also bothered me with doing it, so to speak. So I just kind of stopped, and I was like, well, I don't need to paint. And lately, as you guys have seen, with Dystopian Wars, with Uncharted Seas back when we were playing that, and with Infinity, I've been trying to get things painted. I have Russians painted for Dystopian Wars, my naval fleet at least. I managed to paint my Aleph for Infinity. And back for Uncharted Seas, I had my Dwarves, the Dragon Mages, and the Iron Dwarf. I mean, not the Iron, the Shroud Mages, the Evil Dwarves. I had those 3 armies painted. Got to the point where I enjoyed doing it. And it's funny, a new gaming store opened up here in town, and I went down there last week, and I played some War Machine. Now, the state of my War Machine armies, my Cawdor is all undercoated, there's a couple models painted, but that's kind of on the back shelf, because I don't enjoy playing it as much as I used to. But, I took my Convergence of Cirrus down, and as I was plunking my models on the table, they weren't even undercoated, and I just felt bad. I felt kind of guilty, a little ashamed. I actually apologized to the guy I was playing against. They weren't even undercoated. And that is a huge cry from the way I used to be. I just used to didn't care. Back in the day, I was fine playing with unpainted models. And I think kind of just growing up a little bit as a person, and especially as a gamer / hobbyist, I've come to appreciate that painted models look better. And it's kind of a point of respect toward your opponent to have your models painted. I'm not saying playing without painted models is a sin. I've done it for a long time, and I'm going to continue doing it because I'm only trying to work on little blocks of models at a time to get them finished, especially to the tabletop standard that I've kind of come to accept for myself. Which isn't great by any means, but it's a lot better than I used to do. But, I feel now, I understand where people used to be coming from when they would always say, oh my gosh, I refuse to play people that don't have painted armies. Alright, that's a lie. I still don't understand that. A game's a game. But I can understand why they want people to paint their models, and I understand why they want to play against painted models, especially if they've painted theirs. It's just it's because this is a social hobby, and somebody's going to take the time outside of the gaming store to put paint on their models. It's best, it's respectful to do the same thing yourself. They don't have to look perfect, trust me. I've accepted that mine don't look nearly perfect, but I'm happy with the standard I have. And I think that's part of it. You have to find a way to paint the models and get them to look the way you want them to look. Because back when I was trying to paint Space Marines, I was just never happy at all. But that's kind of just the whole point of this video is you sort of kind of find that you funnel your time into that more than other things. Like there, for a while, I enjoyed going out a lot, and it was fun, and I still like to go out sometimes, but now I take a lot of the time, the effort, and God knows the money that I used to put into going out, and I put it into my gaming and my modeling, the hobby and the games. And I feel that the dividends and the returns for investing in that aspect of my life are a lot better than the returns that I was investing in going out. And you can still have fun going out and do other things, but it's just as you grow in the hobby, you kind of learn how things... I don't know, this is kind of about growing in the hobby and as a person in general. And for me, my personal growth has been kind of tied with my gaming growth, funnily enough. That's just kind of... I just wanted to make this video, and it was kind of talking about painting and how I've come to understand that painting is important. You can see, I don't know if with the light... Yeah, oh yeah, you can see. I was base coating models today, so you can see my hands are a mess. But that's just kind of what this video was. What do you guys think about painting? Well, I'm sure everyone prefers to play against painted models. But are you so against unpainted models you won't play someone that has unpainted models? Leave a comment below. Just let us know. I'm curious generally now that I've kind of grown to that point where I don't want to play with unpainted models. At least they have to be undercoated for me. I don't know where you guys stand, but that's kind of where I'm at. And the other thing I'm going to take a minute to talk about in this video is a new gaming store has opened here in Williamsport. Well, it's in South Williamsport. It's called America's Most Wanted Cards, Collectibles, and Comics. It's America's Most Wanted, and everything else is kind of like a subtitle. And it's a pretty nice place. Parking's a little hard to work with, but you'll have that in some places. Like I said, I went down there Monday night, played a game of War Machine, had a really good time. I'm probably going to go down again this Monday to play War Machine. That's what they tend to play on Mondays. But I think that the Lich Lord and I have been talking about trying to head down there one of these days and run a demo game of Dystopian Wars. And generally, if you guys are in the area and you want to check out the gaming store, head down. It's a great place. I mean, it's not quite... It's more of a comic shop right now. The gaming store is just getting established. But it'll get there eventually. And the more gamers that show up and show an interest in it, the more that it'll grow as a gaming store, not just as a comic shop. But I think that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys didn't mind my little ramble here. But it's something I wanted to express and talk about a little bit. But that's going to do it for me here at Bullshit Games, and we'll see you next time. Keep on gaming, guys.